Hello and good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you all to our campus inside the maintenance shop that keeps our entire fleet running smoothly. My name is Abul Hassan, and I am the Director of Public Transportation. You know our services best as People Mover, Anchor Ride, and Rideshare, all one family under one roof. We are a mass transportation provider in the largest city of the largest state in the United States. We also happen to be the largest such agency in all of Alaska. Our direct and contracted staff is nearly 300 strong, and you may know them best as your friends, neighbors, or family members. When we began this journey a year ago, we asked you to re-envision what public transportation means to you. During the course of this journey, we showed you what it means to have frequency and what it means to have coverage when there is no additional local money being asked for either. Through November and December, we met with you and listened to your concerns. The thoughts you shared with us we collected and shared with your elected officials so that they, along with us, were aware of what your priorities are. We heard you when you told us that aspects of our concepts worked. We heard you still when you told us that aspects of our proposed concepts do not. In keeping with your priorities, we devised right-sized solutions for varying communities. The end result being a transformative system that thematically seeks to keep our 20-ton buses on major roads while transitioning services in residential neighborhoods to smaller 22-foot vehicles like the one you see right behind me. This plan is an opening salvo to a future in which you will find our organization leveraging its various brands to meet you, our customers, where you wish to be met. We hope you join us as we meet you in business settings across Anchorage to convince you that we are the best solution to your demand management challenges. We hope you join us as we lure the 4 million tourists who choose to make this great city their annual destination. And we hope to see you personally on People Mover, Anchor Rides, and Rideshare as you make your way to work, home, or grocery shopping. With weekday service operating from 6 a.m. to midnight and airport service extended to 2 a.m., you will see our agency demonstrate why public transportation is and must continue to be a core foundation upon which any great city is built. With that said, please let me introduce you to our mayor, Ethan Berkowitz.
I want to begin by thanking all the people that put the work in to making this transformation possible. I also want to single out Tim Morgan and the Teamsters for working cooperatively with us so we can implement a change. And the reason why we have to have change is because the old model of providing public transportation wasn't working the way it should have been. The metric that matters, how many people do we serve, has been in decline for almost 30 years. And we needed to transform that. And we needed to transform that by recognizing that public transportation is an integral part of an overall transit system. And that if we could do something, if we could effect the kind of change that allowed us to serve more people better, we would attract more riders and be of greater community value. So that is a critical piece of why this change has happened. We're going to do what we can to extend service as far as we possibly can. We built this particular system within the existing budget. If we have more funds, either from the state or from the federal government, we can expand the reach and the frequency of service to all of Anchorage. But it is an exciting time for us to try something new because the thing that was old wasn't getting the job done. We're all about moving forward. Or as I told someone, and they chastised me for it, it's not bussiness as usual. That's a pun. You can giggle. That being said, I want to introduce John Weddleton, who's a member of the Assembly and also a small business owner in Spenard. But I do want to, before I let him take the mic, thank Dick and Elvie for all the work they've done for their time on the Assembly and for their contributions here.
Well, thanks. I want to thank the mayor and Abul and Tim also. You know, I've been tracking the progress on the changes for over a year now, and the focus on ridership left South Anchorage and Eagle River fairly high and dry for most of that process. And as an assembly member for South Anchorage, I know that while we have relatively few riders, the people who do ride on the system need it just as much as the riders on the busier lines like Route 45. So the new modifications with the 22-foot buses keeps that connection with South Anchorage and Eagle River to the system. So I think that's very important. I really appreciate that that can happen. Speaking as a business owner on the north end of Spenard Road, the 15-minute headway on Spenard really changes the use of the buses, and it gives us a way to get all those tourists that are in the hotels on the south end of Spenard up to the fun stuff at the north end of Spenard. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. So thanks again, everybody. And I'd like to introduce Julie from Providence Hospital. Thank you.
Okay, I am from Alaska Regional Hospital, not Providence. Hi, thank you. I am thrilled to be here today on behalf of Alaska Regional Hospital. And first want to thank Abul, of course, and the mayor, and for the investment that is being made in our community. As a community member and also as a business owner and nurse, I can tell you firsthand how much this step forward is going to mean to our community members that need access to health care. One of the reasons that we looked at Mountain View particularly for an access point was because transportation wasn't available to get people to their primary care settings. And such, we opened up the clinic on Mountain View Drive in December, and since that time have seen over 500 patients. And that's without the solid bus line that's there now. I mean, we have good bus routes, but I know that's going to double. And so having this available is actually going to help the community become healthier. And it also gives an opportunity for people to move beyond health and wellness and actually into self-actualization and having transportation to jobs. And that's the other reason I'm really excited about this investment, is because my Alaska Regional Hospital campus, which has over 3,000 employees in its entirety, certainly has patients that access our campus on a regular basis, and being able to have transportation via this route is also going to be important. So I want to say I'm excited, I'm grateful. I think this is a great investment in our community, and I'm so appreciative of the opportunity to be here to say thank you. And now I'm going to turn it over to Tyler Robinson with Cook Inlet.
Good morning. We know that housing and transportation represent oftentimes more than 50% of a household's monthly budget. We know that while we have had bus service in Anchorage, it has been not always the most efficient service and not always provided the choices that families and seniors need when making those decisions on how they spend those scarce resources. So with this plan, we're excited to know that we can actually start to begin planning where the right housing is, where it meets with those transit options, and really how to develop more urbanized functioning areas in certain parts of town while also serving places that already exist and that are already good assets and in need of better transit. So with that, we're excited for the opportunities to provide new housing on transit lines that are running every 15 minutes and really provide our seniors and families with the opportunity to maybe go down to one car or frankly even try living with no cars at all. So we're appreciative of People Mover, we're appreciative of the outreach to us and to our neighborhoods and communities in coming up with this plan, and we're excited to work with you on how this plan can evolve moving forward. Thank you.